In this video, I'm going to show you how to manage your image library using ApolloOne. ApolloOne works with your existing folder structure where your images are stored. It can be an external hard drive, a SSD, or a network drive. It does not require the use of a proprietary image library, but an import process is provided for you so you can easily copy images from a memory card to your existing folder structures. So, let's look at the import process. There are two options. The first option is to use the function Import Files under the File menu. This process will let you choose the first file you want to import from the memory card and gives you a number of options on how to copy the images. All image files will be copied with creation dates and times that are later or the same as the file you have chosen. You can specify the date when the copy process should stop. For example, if you want to copy all the images you have taken up to a specific date, then you just put a check mark next to the option. Do not import files after and set the date. You can tell the copy process to copy only the JPEG and TIFF files, or only the RAW files, or only the video files, or a combination of the file types I just mentioned. If you have a lot of files to copy, you can set the option to play a sound, or delete the source files when the copy process completes. You can also tell the copy process to eject the memory card once it has completed copying the files. The second option for importing files is by adding your memory card to Places. Select the memory card in Places and browse the content of the memory card. Select the first file you want to import in Contact Sheet. Then select Import from the current file under the File menu. The file you selected will become the first file to copy in the import process. ApolloOne has a smart import process such that it is able to resume a file import once a successful import has taken place. It can automatically resume from the last imported file, so you don't have to navigate the folders inside the memory card again and select the first file you want to import. It will resume from where you have left off. Now that we have imported some files, we can classify them, keep the ones we want, and delete the ones we don't want quickly. There are two ways you can classify the files. It can be done using star rating, from 1 star to 5 stars, 5 stars being the best, or by color labels. These are metadata that are attached to the files. By default, ApolloOne will use the file's extended attributes to store these metadata. This allows you to search for the files with these attributes using Finder. However, you can also configure it to be compatible with the XMP standard, so that these attributes can be accessed by other third-party applications across different platforms. To configure for this setting, go into Preferences, select the Metadata page. Select the setting, Use XMP. ApolloOne will then store and retrieve metadata from the XMP metadata tags instead of extended attributes. In addition to saving the metadata to XMP metadata tags, it will also save the metadata to the corresponding IPTC tags for backward compatibility. If you want to be able to search using Finder and be compatible with the XMP standard, then choose Combine Both Settings. When both settings are used, there are certain Finder label colors that you won't be able to use, as these color labels are not in the XMP standard. To put a star rating on an image, you can press and hold the Command key, then press the number key 1 to give it a 1-star rating. Pressing Command 2 to 5 will give it a 2 to 5 stars rating. You can remove a rating by pressing Command 0 or give it a reject rating by pressing Command X. You can also set the rating with the rating stars under the Tools menu. To quickly put ratings on images, you can turn on the Auto Advance mode. You can do this by pressing the shortcut key A or the caps lock key. When Auto Advance mode is active, the film strip will switch into horizontal bar mode to help you see all the thumbnails behind and ahead of the current image. To give it a 5-star rating, all you need is to press the number key 5, instead of holding down the Command key, and press the number key 5. Once you have given the rating for the current image, ApolloOne will automatically advance to the next image so you can give the next image a rating. To skip rating a file, simply press spacebar. Once you have given ratings to your images, you can filter out the files with a particular rating or ratings. There are many ways you can filter your files. One of the quick and easy way is to use the inspector's filter page. To access the filters, open the inspector and click the filter page. You have 3 sections in the filter page. First section is to filter files with color tags or color labels. Second section is to filter files with a certain star rating. The third section option is to filter files by keywords. ApolloOne collects the keywords in your files and display the unique keywords stored in your files. Selecting one of the keywords will show you the files containing that particular keyword. The keywords you see in the filter page can be added to the Keywords Dictionary. Keywords Dictionary is where your frequent used keywords are stored. You can add the keywords found by ApolloOne in your files by right mouse click to bring up the context menu, and then select Add to Keywords Dictionary. You can associate images with keywords so that you can search for them quickly. For example, if you have tagged images with the keyword skywalk, then clicking the skywalk keyword in the inspector filter page will show you all your skywalk images. You can add or edit the keywords with the function Manage Keywords Dictionary under the menu EXIF toolbox. One important detail you should know is that the output of the filters on the filter page are combined with a logical OR operation. It means if you check the box with the red tag and the box with 4 rating stars, the output will be all files that are either marked with a red tag or marked with a rating of 4 stars. Whereas the filters under Tools filters are combined with a logical AND operation. The filters under Tools are also logically AND together with the inspector filters as 2 separate groups. You can mix and match the filters in the inspector filter page and the filters under Tools for the desired result. Let's say you want to see all the files with 4 or more star ratings. Click on the checkbox with 4-star rating and click on the checkbox with 5-star rating. This will filter all files with a 4-star or 5-star rating. You can perform the above quickly with the following shortcut keys. Press and hold the shortcut keys Command option and the number 4 key. This will filter files with 4 or more star ratings. The number key corresponds to the number of star ratings you want for filtering. Now, you want to delete all the files with a 1-star and files with the reject rating. Click on the checkbox with 1 star. All files with 1-star rating will be shown. Now click on the checkbox with the cross. All files with the reject rating will be shown together with files with a 1-star rating. To delete all these files, press the shortcut key C to go into contact sheet mode. Press Command A to select all files. Then press Command Backspace or click the trash icon in the toolbar to delete all the selected files. This process is often referred as image culling. You can also use color labels to classify your images and delete images with a particular color label. After you cull all the unwanted images, you may want to edit some of the images using an external image editor. This can be done by launching external apps via the context menu in ApolloOne, as I have described in Part 2 of the tutorial. Context menus are pop-up menus that give you quick access to frequently used functions. ApolloOne has a few context menus available. Let's revisit the maps I showed you in Part 1 of the tutorial. Under the Maps context menu, you can choose whether you want to use Apple Maps or Google Maps. Each map has its own unique features. For instance, with Apple Maps, you can find out the phone number by clicking on the pin at the location of a restaurant. With Google Maps, you can activate Street View and look at the surrounding at the GPS pin location. You can drop a pin on the map and set the GPS metadata of the file to the location of the pin. You can also show your current location in the maps if you have Wi-Fi turned on. Finally, you can open the map by launching an internet browser. On the inspector's detailed info page, the context menu there allows you to add metadata tags to your favorite list. When you move from image to image, the favorite list will only show you the metadata tags you're interested in, instead of the full list of metadata. You can select one or more tags or add multiple tags at once to your favorite list. Here, I added a few tags to my favorite. Once you have added your tags to the favorite list, you can select Show Favorite in the context menu or by simply clicking the favorite or heart icon to turn on the favorite list. When the favorite list is shown, you can remove one or more tags from the favorite list using Remove from Favorite by selecting the tag or tags you want to remove, or select Remove All from Favorite to remove all favorite tags from the context menu. The search function in the context menu is very useful in finding images you want with metadata tag matching a certain criteria. For example, you are browsing multiple folders with thousands of images. You want to find all images taken with lens aperture 2.8. You can do this by searching the aperture value metadata tag. First, we expand the EXIF group and find the tag aperture value. Right-click on the aperture value tag to bring up the context menu. Select Search. A dialog box pops up asking you to type in the value for the search string. Type 2.8 and click OK. ApolloOne will search the aperture value for each image file to see if there is a match. When the search is completed, you'll have a list of all images taken with aperture 2.8. This search function also supports regular expression matching. Regular expression allows matching of a range of values instead of just one value. Suppose you want to find all images taken with aperture 2.0 to 2.8. To do so, bring up the search dialog box, type 2. Open square bracket 0-8, close square bracket. Then click the checkbox, Use regular expression, then click OK. All image files with aperture 2.0 to 2.8 will be filtered out for you. Another function in this context menu is Add IPTC/XMP tags. I'll come back to this later after we have looked at the Edit Metadata dialog. The last context menu can be found in the folder browser. This context menu allows you to create a new folder, delete a folder, set the color label for a folder, arrange folders by creation date, and move the selected files into a new folder. To move images into a new folder, go into Contact Sheet mode. Select the images you want to move. Now bring up the context menu in the folder browser by right-clicking on the folder where you want the new folder to be created under. You'll see the menu item New Folder with selection. Select this menu item and you'll be prompted to type in the name for the new folder. Click OK and then you'll be prompted with a dialog box asking you how you want to move the files. Select the options you want and click the Move button. Now, let's take a look at the Edit Metadata function. Oftentimes, you would want to add metadata to images so that they can be categorized. These metadata allow you to locate the images much easier with keywords or other attributes, such as location, description, or headline. You can do that by using the Edit Metadata dialog under the Edit menu. You can bring up this dialog quickly by pressing the Command M shortcut key. Before we start adding keywords and other metadata to the image, let's consider how these metadata are stored. Go to Preferences and select the Metadata page. In this page, you have three options. The default option is to store the metadata in the file system as extended attributes. Extended attributes are stored alongside with the files. The advantage of this is the ability to perform searches using Finder, and once you have defined your Finder search criteria, you can even save the search criteria as Finder saved searches. Finder saved searches are smart folders, which gives you the ability to define the content of the folder based on a set of criteria or rules, and the content can change dynamically. ApolloOne can open Finder saved searches and display the files. The disadvantage of the default option is that you do not have interoperability with third-party applications. You may have Adobe Photoshop or Lightroom and would like to bring in the image files with the keywords or labels you have created with ApolloOne. In this case, select the second option, Use XMP. This option will save the metadata using an industry standard created by Adobe. In addition, ApolloOne will save the metadata into the corresponding IPTC tags or fields. This provides maximum compatibility for third-party applications, should you have older applications that only understands IPTC tags. The second option does not allow you to perform file searches using Finder, as Finder does not understand IPTC or XMP metadata tags. Hence, the third option is to allow you to combine both options, so that the extended attributes, XMP and IPTC metadata are all updated at the same time. But beware that the macOS supports 7 color labels, whereas the XMP and IPTC standards only support 5 color labels. If you select Use XMP or the Combine option, you'll be limited to only 5 colors for the label. Now, let's talk about editing metadata. There are 3 different ways you can add and edit metadata using ApolloOne. The first and the easiest method is to add or edit metadata using the Edit Metadata dialog under the Edit menu. This dialog presents the most commonly used metadata fields. If you are in image viewing mode, you can bring up the Edit Metadata dialog using the shortcut key Command M. You can edit the metadata of multiple images in contact sheet mode. Type the values you want in the fields and click the Save button. This will save the metadata to all the selected images. Fields with multiple values from different image files will be shown as **** multiple values *****. If you do not type over this field when you click the Save button, then the metadata in the selected images will not change. However, if you type over this message with new metadata, then all the files will be overwritten with the new metadata when you clicked the Save button. One neat feature of Keywords field is partial keyword matching. If you have added keywords into the Keywords dictionary, the Keywords field will provide a pop-up for partially matching keywords as you type in the Keywords field. You can use the function key to select a keyword quickly. You can also use up-down arrow keys to select the keyword you want, and then press the Enter key. In addition, you can add or remove keywords by prefixing a keyword with plus or minus sign. Put a plus sign in front of a keyword will add the keyword to all the selected files. Put a minus sign in front of a keyword will remove the keyword from all the selected files. The second way for editing the metadata is by using the inspector. Open the inspector and click the Detail Info page. There you see all the metadata embedded in the image file. Expand the metadata group to see what is available. You can search for a metadata tag by typing a partial name in the search field. Once you have located the metadata tag, double-click on the value column. Not all tags are editable, but if the tag is editable, it'll change to a text field or a pull-down selection. Either type in a new value or select a new value from the pull-down selection. Press the Enter key when done editing a text field or select a new value from the pull-down selection. This method lets you edit just about any existing metadata tag, but the limitation is that only one file can be edited at a time. The third and final method gives you the ability to add a new metadata tag. On the Detailed Info page of the inspector, right mouse click to bring up the context menu. Select the menu item at IPTC/XMP tags. A dialog is presented, and you can select whether you want to add a tag from the IPTC group or XMP group. Select the group, then select the tag you want. Type or select the new tag value. Then click the Add button to add this new tag. You can go into Contact Sheet mode, select the images you want to add a new tag, before opening the Add IPTC/XMP tags dialog. This allows you to add the same tag to multiple images. This concludes part 3 of the tutorial. I hope you enjoy using ApolloOne. See you next time.